All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the day. It's that time of the day. Good afternoon. Welcome back once again. This is the TD Markets Academy Trading Room, live trading room. This is the third one for the day. All right. Remember, the information discussed in this session should not be construed as advice. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. Welcome back, everyone. Let me just acknowledge everyone who's here. We've got Jules, AV Trader 99, Tanya, Knight, Knight Ntipe, yeah, there we go, Particles, Ipiana. I think the usual suspects are back. All right, welcome everyone. I think let's get right into it. All right, remember, all the contact details, all the email addresses, the links are on the chat right now. If you want to sign up for a live account, the information is on the chat right now. All right. So let's get right into it. A lot has happened. Not a lot, but things are moving. We have, let's first start here. All right. Let's first start with the commodities. All right, so as we look at the commodities, I'm currently on silver right now. All right, silver, this is what's happening. So we have not had a retest as yet, so price has broken above, but it hasn't changed anything as yet. Still looking for a push down. All right, we have gold as well, which is here. Just give me 1 second, guys. Just give me 1 second. All right, there we go. Great stuff. So we have gold. That is here, right? So we're looking for a retest here, right? We're looking for a rejection. Let price reject. The 4-hour candle hasn't done much as yet. So I'm keeping a close eye on the zone, all right? If we get a rejection here, then we're looking for this. Silver has slightly gone above that, but it hasn't changed anything. You see that? Silver hasn't changed. So it seems like we might get a deep retracement on silver, right? I think we could get a deep retracement on silver, but we are keeping a close eye. We're keeping a close eye on this zone. As long as silver is, let me rather use the Fibonacci here. As long as silver is around this area, around this area, we're keeping a very close eye. So I think let's just be a little bit patient with silver. All right. Gold is currently on this area. So just waiting for rejection here. You see these candlesticks, they have not really rejected this area. We don't have like wicks. The rejection I'm looking for, guys, is a rejection like this. You see how we've got the wicks of the candlesticks. Yeah, that is the rejection I normally go for. If there's no wicks there, I don't normally go for such, right? I just want to see wicks because the wicks tell you that there is a rejection taking place. All right. So yeah, so it might still push a little bit towards the upside, but I'm keeping a close eye on that. All right. We also have gold. In fact, before I forget, there was the PPI report that came out. Yeah. Let's actually go to the calendar. The PPI report came out. The PPI report came out. Let me just. That's why gold is pushing up. Okay, let's look at the PPI report, right? The PPI report, obviously, we can see red numbers there. Red numbers meaning it's bearish for the dollar at the moment. All right. So, yeah. In terms of the long-term movement of this, I don't think we are gonna get that long-term move as yet. I don't think gonna. Yeah, but the PPI report came out bearish for the dollar, which means the dollar could slightly weaken. I'm looking at the unemployment claims. Unemployment claims went up as well. So today it seems like it's a very bearish day for the dollar. Unemployment claims went above market expectation. We need low unemployment claims for it to give us a strong dollar. All right. But yeah. So I think that's why we're seeing silver pushing up. Okay, let's go back to the chart. That's fine. Let's go back to the chart. Just 1 second. Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome. So silver, this is what's happening right now with silver. Still waiting for a rejection, right? So I think we might get a rejection above this zone. It's not bouncing from the zone. So yeah, so let's see what's gonna happen there. Gold is still stuck here, right? All I want to see is wicks. That's all I want to see, wicks. All right. So in terms of gold and silver, this is how things are looking, guys. Yeah, this is how things are looking. We have been focusing on the JPY pairs, and the euro yen. I've gotten to a buy on the euro yen. We spoke about a buy on euro yen in the earlier sessions. Yeah. So just before this session, I got in on a buy. It's right here. So I'm anticipating the retest. You see what's happening right now. We broke out. So I'm anticipating we're going to retest a structure here. We're going to retest the structure right here, right? Once that retest is successful, then we're looking for a continuation up, right? Once that retest is successful, looking for a push towards the upside. So yeah, so euro yen I'm in, as well as pound yen. Pound yen I'm also in, right? So we spoke about the push towards the upside. Risk, very important, right? Cool. Whatever happens, this is a correction. It's a correction. We're looking for a continuation up. I think my stop loss might be a little bit close. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, no, I think I'm not gonna fiddle with it as yet. And then euro yen broke above, anticipating a retest and then continuation up. The dollar yen is the one that has not broken as yet. So the dollar yen still yet to break. All right. The dollar yen. So just waiting for the dollar yen to break to the upside. CAD yen also has not broken. So yeah, so we just wait. You see CAD yen, just waiting for CAD yen to break. CAD yen might do this, right? It can still go down one more time before it does this. I think you guys know by now, all right, how price tends to move at times. So the swing we're looking for is towards the upside, right? I don't think if this goes down one more time, I don't think I'm gonna sell this. I'm looking for a swing towards the upside. All right. So yeah, so dollar yen hasn't broken as yet. CAD yen hasn't broken as yet. Swiss yen. Let's have a look at Swiss yen. Yeah, Swiss yen. I remember we spoke about this last night. Yeah, we spoke about Swiss yen on last night's session. Let's see if it broke towards the upside. Yeah, it's about to break. Yeah, so the bigger time frame analysis is still the same, guys, right? Nothing has changed. So we're just focusing on the current price. So Swiss yen is likely going to break towards the upside. It hasn't at the moment, so we need just to be a little bit patient. A little bit patient. Yeah, break towards the upside. All right, so that's how it's looking. That's how it's looking. NZD-JPY. Also, NZD-JPY has already rejected the 61.8 of the Fib. So it's just a matter of time before we do this, before we go up. So Swiss yen, also just a matter of time before we break towards the upside. The upside. All right. I focused on AUD and also saw a similar push to upside and entered. AUD USD. Let's have a look at AUD USD. AUD USD is approaching. There's a level that I saw on AUD USD. It's approaching that level. It seems like it's there, right? So you said, okay, let me show you. You see this? You see this area? That is where it is right now. That's where AUD USD is right now, right? This on the daily time frame. So you say you saw something similar, MQ27. You said you saw something similar and then you entered a buy, I assume. Similar push to entered a buy. Yeah. So look at where it is, right? It's already on the top. I'm not saying it cannot go up, but we need to be careful and wary of such, right? It's on the top. With a setup like this one, I would prefer this to first break, right? So if I'm looking for a buy, according to, let's say, the bigger time frame and whatever, and I'm looking for a buy, and I see that price is on the zone, my setup, I would rather wait for price to first break, and any retest that forms there, I would look for a setup upon the retest. I would look for a setup upon the retest. You see that? Because if it's like this, it can still reject, maybe come back down one more time. So it's not, for me, it wouldn't be a good price action for a buy unless it breaks towards the upside. All right. So on the 4 hour, this is what's happening right now. Let me just see this. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where you entered, but just be aware of that. Just be aware of that zone there. Just be aware of that zone there. And if it breaks towards the upside, then you've got a trade, yeah? You've got yourself a trade. Yeah, manage your risk there, but yeah, it's on that resistance. Let's see if it breaks or if it rejects. Let's see if it breaks or if it rejects. Yeah, cool stuff. So the commodities, we went over the commodity. Yeah, I think gold and silver just needs a bit of patience, a little bit of patience, yeah. And then euro pound, I spoke about euro pound. Euro pound hasn't moved much, but we're still looking for that break on euro pound, yeah. It hasn't moved much, but looking for that break. Nasdaq, Nasdaq, it really wants to break. Nasdaq really wants to break. US 30, look what US 30 did. US 30. So it hasn't formed the correction as yet. You see that? So I thought it was going to form a correction, but maybe a correction might form where price is. So it flew. No proper correction we can use, but let's see if we can still get a correction. If, of course, you found your setups, then that's good, right? But I have not found any entry. I haven't found any setup. So just waiting for that. Yeah, so US 30, nothing has changed. I'm still looking for price to correct and to continue one more time, right? Nasdaq, nothing has changed. So keep a close eye. You guys will see. Keep a close eye. The yen pairs, like I said, the yen also keep a close eye. Keep a close eye. The euro yen, I'm in, as you guys can see. So looking for a continuation now towards the upside. GBP, JPY in as well. So looking for a continuation towards the upside. Yeah, so they are slowly developing. They are slowly coming together. Slowly coming together. All right. So I think we're onto something here, guys. Like I told you guys since Tuesday that this week my focus is not the dollar this week. I'm not really focused on the dollar because I can see better opportunities on the yen, better opportunities on the commodities and the indices, right? But if you are trading the dollar, any dollar pair, there's nothing wrong with that. My focus for this week is not the dollar. So the yen really, I'm on the yen. So euro yen, we're looking to take this. We'll see how long it will take to get to 187. But we can also, look at the structure here for a possible take profit. About 130 pips. We can also use that for our take profit if it breaks. If that breaks, then we can look at this as well. If that breaks, you see how you get your targets, guys, right? If you're anticipating price to go all the way to this zone, for instance, don't ignore the previous structure on the left hand side, like structure like this. Use the structure to manage your position. Either take your profits or manage your position and look for other structures, right? For it to get to 187, it needs to break these structures. But if for some reason it rejects from the structure, then what do? You take your profits, right? And then see if you get another buy opportunity. You see that? So yeah, so euro yen is moving, or it's about to move. Right? Just gonna wait a little bit. GBP, JPY, it's about to break. So just gonna wait a little bit. Dollar, JPY, CAD yen also, you must keep an eye on CAD yen, keep an eye on that. So everything's still the same, guys. Yeah, everything's still the same. Swiss yen is about to break as well. Yeah, still the same. That's it. Still the same. All right, so let's see what's gonna happen, but I'm quite confident about these setups. I'm quite confident. All right, so let's see what's gonna happen. Keep a close eye. Yeah. Let's have a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum and Bitcoin. I'm gonna start with Ethereum. Yeah. I'm going to start with Ethereum. Let me just see. Let's do this. Okay. So Ethereum broke the structure. Right? Broke the structure. Came back down. Well, yeah, we can say came back down to the structure here. And then obviously we are getting a push towards the upside. What I see is we have a supply area here. We've got a supply zone here, right? I'm on the weekly time frame. We've got a weekly supply zone here. We've got a break of structure here. And price has been pushing up. So what I know about supply and demand is that most of the time, price likes to go back to that zone of a supply or demand. Whenever there's an order block, price likes to go back to the order block. It doesn't matter how long it's going to take. The majority of the time, that's what happens. So if I'm looking at this price action right now, right, I would look for short-term buys, projecting that if this was to go there, then I want to ride this move. I want to get this move all the way there, right? There could be something could still happen and it could change, but with what we see right now, because you trade what you see, not what you feel, right? You trade what you see, not what you feel. So with this, if I'm projecting that we're going to go back there, I would look for a short-term buy all the way back to the supply to the supply zone on the weekly time frame, right? And then if you go to the lower time frame, this is what's happening at the moment. Price is a bit sideways, but it's fine. I'm going to show you something here. So with price being sideways like this, you have this low. You've got this low that we can say it started the sideways move. So from this low, price went into this consolidation, right? So you guys are going to see setups like this where, well, these setups tend to vary at times, right? It will not be exactly the same as this. It tends to vary at times. But with this specific one, it seems like before Ethereum goes up, it seems like we're going to first do this and then do this, right? Because I'm noticing some sort of a structure here. I'm noticing some sort of a structure here, right? So now it would be something like this where price comes back down here, tap this low, and then make its way up. This is the area where I would want to buy Ethereum. Yeah, that's the place where I want to buy Ethereum. Unless it breaks out where it is, unless it breaks this structure here, right? If it does this, then I don't think we're gonna get this price action. If it does that, if it breaks towards the upside. So these are the possibilities here. The swing I would look for is towards the upside. That's the swing trade I would look for. I don't think I would sell this, but I would look for a swing trade towards the upside. So it will depend whether it breaks, it rejects where it is, it breaks and then goes up, or it comes back down first, bounces and goes up one more time. We will see. All right. So yeah, so with Ethereum, that supply zone there at the top, that supply zone there, the weekly supply zone, you need to keep an eye on it. And then you've got Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin, I think I spoke about this yesterday, but nothing has changed, right? You also have this. You also have this where it's either Bitcoin is gonna come back down to this low before it goes up, or it's gonna go up from here and break out here. So price can still go down one more time. So if I was looking for a buy on Bitcoin, and then it comes back down here, I would look for a buy down here. I would look for a buy down here. Yeah, I would look for a buy down here. So yeah, so Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, they are still developing, but I see a bit of upside on these. I see a bit of upside on these. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. All right. Let's see what's going to happen. On Bitcoin, let me see how far. I mean, Bitcoin, we still have our eyes on 67,000. Yeah, 67,000. We still have our eyes on 67,000. Any move towards the upside, our target is 67,000. If it breaks 67,000, we'll see, how far it can go. But yeah, this is where I'm anticipating what price will go. All right. So the crypto enthusiasts. Let me also show you guys something. If you're looking at crypto, you trade crypto, I want you guys to be up to date with the regulations in the US. I want you guys to keep up to date with the Clarity Act, right? Let me do this. I want to show you guys something. Crypto Clarity Act. Crypto Clarity Act. Yeah, it's been delayed. I just want something like an update. Yeah, I mean, you can read about it. But this is the bill that seems like it's gonna be passed into law, just like your Genius Act, your Crypto Genius Act, and all of that. This is another one, right? Now, this one has taken time. This is the market structure bill, the crypto market structure bill, which is known as, it's part of the Clarity Act. Under the Clarity Act, there are other acts. So now the crypto market structure bill here, it's been delayed, right? Because it needs to pass different stages. So right now it has stalled at the Senate, right? The committee Senate or Senate committee. It has stalled at the Senate committee, and I'm not sure exactly why it's been stalling. But just to break it down in a nutshell, this Clarity Act is going to provide clarity on what the SEC is going to oversee and what the CFTC is going to oversee. So you've got these two regulations, right? Or regulators. You've got the CTFC and the SEC, right? So the SEC needs to oversee certain things, which is different to the CFTC. All right. So that's what the Clarity Act is going to put clarity on. The Clarity Act is going to provide clarity on. So it's stalled, and the crypto community right now are looking at this because it's a big deal. They are looking at this and they're just waiting for things just to play out, right? You see, regulatory split. There we go, right? So this the goals and frameworks of this Clarity Act assigns SEC jurisdiction over digital assets functioning as investments in investment contracts, and CFTC jurisdiction over decentralized utility tokens. So this is going to confirm these two, right? The regulatory split. And obviously there are other things. So what I'm trying to say is the crypto community right now, they are waiting for this. Maybe to an extent, maybe that's why Bitcoin has been slow at the moment. There hasn't been much volume at the moment. Maybe of that, right? So there's this, right? And then there's something else which I want to show you guys, right? There's also other indicators like your indicators like the inflows, right? Like your the liquidation heat map. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Whoa, the dash. Right, ETF inflows. So the ETF inflows, right? Right now it's a big thing in crypto, ETF inflows. So this is the ETF flow, the net flow chart, right? As of the 12th of August, which was yesterday. So this data is up until the 12th of August, which was yesterday. So now what basically happens is that an ETF is an exchange traded fund, right? It's a type of an investment. Now cryptos have ETFs. I believe commodities have ETFs. So what happens is that ETFs, when money goes into the ETF, it boosts that underlying asset. So say for instance, the Bitcoin ETF, the underlying asset of that particular investment ETF is Bitcoin. So when money flows into that specific ETF, the underlying asset is going to gain value. It tends to go up. But now there's a time where funds are rotating out of the ETF, right? Meaning investors are selling the ETF. So investors can buy that ETF of that underlying asset, or they can sell it. When they sell it, that's when it's called outflow, ETF outflow. So you've got ETF inflows and ETF outflows. Outflows, when they happen, is when that underlying asset price goes down. So now this chart here, it shows, obviously there's the amounts, the specific amounts and all of that, but the orange is the BTC, the blue is the Ethereum. So this is the both BTC and Ethereum ETFs. So you see you've got $0. That is the apex. Not the apex, but there's the pivot. There's the pivot there. So anything above the zero, that means there were inflows, ETF inflows, money rotated towards that specific inflow, that specific ETF. Like for instance, on the 7th of August, right? The total BTC ETF inflows was $101,000, right? $101,000, somewhere there. And then you've got Ethereum, which was $49,000, right? So there was inflows. The amount can get higher than that, but whenever something like this happens, the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum tends to go up, right? But when the price goes up, I don't want you guys to look at that as a long-term thing. No, we don't look at it as a long-term thing, right? We're just using this to understand in terms of the institutions and the adoption from the institutions. How is it looking, right? How is capital flowing from institutions? So you wouldn't take this as a long-term buy. No, not as yet. So there's been a lot of inflows. That's why, part of the reason why Bitcoin, Ethereum has been going up. But now for the past 2 days, in fact, this week, from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this week, right, there's been outflows this week. This is on Monday, the 10th, right? So Monday, outflows, Tuesday, outflows, Wednesday, even nothing, right? Close to nothing. So there's been outflows, so which means the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum has slightly dropped. All right. So this is one way you can look at the crypto. You also have, there's other indicators. The major point of crypto right now is that crypto is not manipulated by retail investors right now, right? It's manipulated by institutions. Institutions are the biggest drivers behind crypto. So you need to understand indicators that are going to give you an idea of how the capital is rotating, right? How money is flowing within the space. Because remember, crypto, we can use crypto. Yeah, I mean, you can have a crypto reserve where you buy crypto and then you store it as a reserve. There are companies that are doing that. You can make purchases with crypto, payments with crypto. So it's not only used for trading, right? There's also stable coins where you can send stable coins, your ZARK, your USDT, right? So stable coin. So crypto is a different ball game to FX, right? Obviously, I won't be able to get deep into it, but just know that trading of the crypto is just a small part of the whole ecosystem of crypto. Just a small part, right? That's why you have big institutions that are buying crypto and holding it. The US government buying crypto and storing it, right, as a reserve, crypto reserve. So these things, right, indicators like your ETF flow, your ETF tracker, your liquidation heat map. Let me show you guys the liquidation heat map. Your liquidation heat map gives us a picture of how funds are rotating and this and that, And then you take this information, you try to make sense of it, you go to your charts, and the more you do this, the more your interpretation improves. It's all about consistency, doing it over and over and over again so that your interpretation improves, yeah? So the liquidation heat map, what is this exactly? This is the heat map of all liquidated positions. It's a heat map of all liquidated positions. Think of this as your weather forecast. A way to explain this is think of this as a weather forecast. Now, in this weather forecast, let's say this is the map of South Africa, and then you've got provinces. So other provinces, the weather forecast will show you, hey, in KZN is snowing right now. In Northern Cape is hot and all of that. So you are able to gauge the temperature, right? Looking at the liquidation heat map, like the mood and all of that, the sentiment, basically the sentiment, right? So it's something like that. But this one now, it captures all the liquidated positions, all the leveraged positions that have been liquidated, right? Because each and every position you take, there's leverage on that position. If you take a 0.01 trade on whatever asset, there's leverage in that position. As long as your leverage size, there's leverage. So now this shows you a heat map of those positions, leveraged positions that have been liquidated. And this now, what it does is that it puts weight. It puts weight on the other end. For instance, if a lot of buy positions have been liquidated, that means there's pressure towards the downside. If a lot of sell positions have been liquidated, that means there's pressure towards the upside. You see how it is. So something of that nature there. So there hasn't been much in the last 24 hours. I like to look at the 24 hour. You can look at the 1 hour, 12 hours ago. I like to look at 24 hours and see what happened. There hasn't been much positions. Yeah, for the last 24 hours, there hasn't been much positions. I mean, sometimes it can be more than this, but there hasn't been much. Yeah, the gap between the long positions and the short positions is not too much. There's little gap between this. Okay. Yeah, so you see now, if you look at crypto, these are some of the things you need to understand, right? But just take some time educating yourself on these things. Then you will start seeing or looking at crypto from like a 3D view, right? 3D view. Not only are you looking at the charts, but you can also make sense of what's happening around. So yeah, so Ethereum and Bitcoin, these are bullish. So Bitcoin might come back down first before it goes up, the same as Ethereum. They might come back down first before they go up. But for me, this would be my swing trade for me. This would be my swing trade on both of them. This would be my swing trade. All right. Yeah, so that's how things are. Whoa, look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at silver, look at gold. Exactly what I said. My goodness, it's developing now. Look at silver, right? Silver at the moment is pushing down. So we want to see if that's a lower high now. If this is a lower high, then we are going to get this move down. So you see where it is right now. Even though there isn't much, I like when wicks form, right? I want to see wicks like here. You see there, you see these wicks. These wicks are very important. If it's like this, it doesn't really give me much to work from, right? But we want to see if this is a lower high. Now, since this is on the 1 hour, what price needs to do now is to test this now. So say for instance price drops, what it needs to do for us to say, okay, that's our lower high, we need it to test and reject some structure, like a structure like this, right? We need it to test a structure like this. So at the moment, I won't rush into anything. I want to see it testing a structure like this, and then we know we're going down. If not, it's still gonna dance around here. Yeah, still gonna dance around here. Gold seems like it has rejected. We don't have wicks as yet, which to me, yeah, it's, you know, I like wicks. I want to see wicks. When price rejects, I want to see wicks. But let's see, right? So this one also is rejecting. It's just a matter of time, guys. Just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. On the M15, this is how we're looking. Okay. So this is the 1 hour candlestick, the 4 hour candlestick. Yeah. So silver, and then you've got gold here. You see that? So now the move we've been waiting for is gonna form. It doesn't matter how long it's gonna take to form. The point is, if it forms, then you know that's an opportunity. That's an opportunity. If it forms, that's definitely an opportunity. All right. So yeah, this is how trading is, guys. You analyze, you wait, you execute. You analyze, you wait, you execute. So GBP JPY, Euro JPY, this is what we spoke about today. Yeah, I mean, since yesterday or Tuesday. And yeah, I'm in. So yeah, so let's see. Let's keep an eye on the commodities. Keep an eye on the commodities. All right. Yeah, it's coming nicely together. It's coming nicely together. Nicely together. All right. So yeah, so this is how things are looking. Nothing much to do. Nothing much to do. We've got our setups, we've got our direction. Keep an eye on the JPY. I'm going to repeat this again. Keep an eye on the JPY. Keep an eye on the JPY. You will see. You will see. Yeah. Great stuff. So guys, yeah, nothing much. We've gone over some updates. I hope this helped you. I hope this will help you. So yeah, so let's see what's going to happen throughout the day. Yeah. And then, yeah, we'll see, catch you guys a little bit later. But for now, the movement is there. The JPY, let's see. Whew, look at NASDAQ. Look at NASDAQ. Coming slowly together. See that? Let me see. Yeah. Whew. Whew. Come on now. Come on. Right? So this is the 8 hour candle. Okay, the daily. Okay, so you see, in a situation like this, I would want the daily candle to break. In a situation like this, I would want the daily candle to break. All right. So US 30. Excuse me. US 30. We're getting some sort of a reaction here. Some sort of a reaction. But yeah, looking for a continuation up. I hope this is gonna give me like a nice correction pullback, a nice pullback and a continuation up. NASDAQ, look at that. Yeah, no, things are moving. Things are moving. All right, let's keep an eye and then we'll come back. Yeah. So this is how things are looking at the moment, guys. Great stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end it here. There's the analysis. There's the direction. We'll see later on. And yeah, let's see what's going to happen. Right. We're going to end it here for now. Have a good one. I'll catch you guys a bit later.